Learn how to detect toxicity. Child. And let me get my shit right when I say this shit to you. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just spotted something here and it's gonna annoy me, so give me a sec. Welcome back to my channel. I'm not even gonna hop on about anything. I'm just gonna get straight into it because that's just the way it goes. I think it should go. But yeah, have you ever just wanted to press a reset button and return to factory settings? Now, let me get myself comfy. I've got my notes here, so please excuse me looking up and down. I will try and keep contact with you, but this is the way that I wanted it to go. I want to do a bit of a dump, an emotional dump on you guys. It's been a minute, and it's been a minute because I've been navigating through certain things. Yes, it has taken a bit longer than normal, and I think that by me doing this, it might be a bit more organic and might be a bit more intentional, because I have been working through some of these emotions for a little bit longer than just now. Okay, so that is what I want to do with you. I am Whitney, and this is my channel, Beauty with Whitney. I started this channel a few years ago to basically document all the things that I love doing on a day-to-day basis with regards to beauty, internal beauty. At first it was external beauty, but now I think I have grown. I know I have grown. I have more layers to who I am, my personality, and I have experienced a little bit more than just, you know, fluffy stuff. So today I would like to, you know, just kind of like tackle the experiences that I've been going through when it comes to just feeling as if I need to start something somewhere, but not knowing how to do it. And this is gonna be like, you know, me talking about the challenges that life throws your way. Most of the times the challenges are repetitive, things that happen over and over and over again. And I have found myself like, I literally had to stop, like a stop. Like, why is the universe sending me the same lesson over and over again? And I read somewhere that the universe will keep doing that until you get it, you know, until you get it, until you figure it out, until you change the way in which you do things. So I think I found like the perfect way to kind of sort of start that hard reset. And so I need you to get your beverage. I am drinking water because I'm stuck inside, recovering from Marion, if you know what I mean. And get comfortable, relax, and just kind of like vibe out with me and hear me think out loud. So the first reality, the first thing that I realized, that the best decision isn't always the most pleasant decision. I think for an outcome to positively affect your life in an intentional manner, something has to change in your life. And most of the times it's one action. It's one action, but one intentional action or even mindset change that needs to happen to allow for everything else to kind of like domino and result in other changes. The minute you add this change, it will disrupt life the way you know it. It will disrupt a lot of patterns. And initially, the thought process, I think, is the part that is the most difficult for you to firmly accept, like confidently accept that this needs to change and this particular element needs to change. Now, what that is for you is going to be completely different for me and the next person. However, I think the awareness of what needs to happen, what needs to change, that decision most of the times is very, very clear. Whether it's something like cutting out sugar, dirty blocking, somebody who is toxic, or who stimulates like random and uncomfortable feelings within you when you see them, whether it is a best friend that is not good for you. I think most of us know deep down inside what that decision is, but we choose not to do those decisions because it is a disrupting thought pattern. It is a disrupting and a removing you out of your comfort zone decision. But it needs to be done, because the outcome of that thought is always gonna put you in a better place from where you were. The second reset habit or mindset skill that I think you should have is to not override your feelings. And in this case, I'm talking about bad feelings. Bad feelings shouldn't feel like a bad feeling or a bad moment or a bad life. Bad feelings, good feelings, moments of excitement, moments of, sadness are all temporary. And you need to go through them. You need to feel them, much like an IG story. You put in an IG story, and after 24 hours, that IG story deletes itself. It's only archived for you in your mind and in your memory. So granted, we all have bad experiences. We all have traumatic experiences that we go through. And they do indeed shake your existence, or even just disrupt the way in which you perceive a person or a moment or a memory. But the fact is that on the other side of that bad feeling is the exact opposite. It can be growth, it can be strength, it can be resilience, it can be faith, it can be hope. It can be something that is so defining, but the mindset has to be that moment is a W. That bad feeling, it should be a springboard for you to overcome it. I don't know, reason to that feeling. What I'm just trying to say is don't override them. Feel what you need to feel, but let that feeling pass, because the more you wallow, the more you worry, the more you bury yourself in it, the more you dig deeper into the problem and not really look for a way out of the problem. Acknowledge the feeling in the room, but also let that feeling pass, babe. Let it pass. You don't need that. You don't need that. 3, reset habit, mindset change. Number 3, I don't know whether this is a habit or mindset, but let's just say reset mindset. Reset mindset tip number 3 is acknowledge potential to grow and actively pursue that potential. You can't think your way into enlightenment. Guys, I don't know how many times I've been in a highly motivated, highly determined state, buying self-help books, watching self-help videos, listening to self-help podcasts, telling myself that, tomorrow, thinking about the potential of my growth, thinking about the potential of my enlightenment, and not actively pursuing it, just kind of like sitting there and just keeping it as a thought, keeping it as a dream, as a vision. How exhausting is that, knowing that I am dreaming and thinking about all of these amazing things, but at the same time, there's something that I am not doing. There's a decision that I'm not making to get the benefit of that potential. You get what I mean? So I think with this particular mindset point, there comes a point in time where you just need to do what you know you have to do to achieve that potential within you. You have to make that best and difficult decision intentionally work at it, so actively working at achieving or realizing that decision, that you stay obsessing about. A dream will always be a dream if you stay sleeping. Virgil Abloh said that. I paraphrase it, but he said it, okay? Mindset change number 4 for a healthy and what I think a realistic restart. Learn how to detect toxicity. Child. And let me get my shit right when I say this shit to you. The universe will have you experience something over and over again until you finally get it. Whoa! Until you finally get it, you will experience the same thing over and over and over again. I went into about 4 months ago. I literally was sitting and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of having this particular issue, we'll call it A, this particular issue happen over and over and over again. I feel like this is the same storyline, movie storyline that happens. All the characters keep on changing. The characters keep on changing and the storyline is the same. The character names and faces keep on changing, but the protagonist hasn't. The common denominator hasn't changed. So surely there must be something within me that is toxic. Surely there's something that is within me that is unable to change the narrative of my storyline. Detecting a toxic person, a toxic trait, a toxic situation could even begin with with calling yourself out. It was so humbling, but yo, I am Whitney and I have toxic traits. I have toxic behaviors. It doesn't define who I am, but unfortunately it has defined who I am to the people who have been exposed to problem A. The people who have experienced that part of me and who I am, unfortunately will have the same story about who I am. So the mindset has to start with, or part of the mindset change has to include detecting toxicity, whether it's you, whether it's your family, whether it's a partner, whether it's a friend, anybody. Finding out and seeing, like truly seeing this person or this place or this action or this people for what they are. Stepping back, seeing them for who they are, seeing it for what it is, from a different perspective. I had to do that. I had to look at myself from the perspective of my loved ones, problem A, and calling a spade, dog. Calling myself or my behavior as toxic. I had to do that. It was the most uncomfortable conversation I've ever had with myself. But again, judging myself based on the words that I was saying and the actions that I was doing, it didn't match, dog. It wasn't aligning. It was a lie, painful lie. And that is for me the best thing that you can possibly do. Removing the emotion out of the reality, looking at the situation for what the situation is showing you. Nah? Not telling you, showing you. So the things that you can see with your eyes, I had to basically look at the patterns of that toxicity, look at the way in which those patterns unravel. Do I need to take a step back and ask somebody to help me? Like just concede that, yo, I have a problem. I have a problem and I need help. I need help because I truly, truly suck at being honest. So once you have detected that toxic person, that toxic pattern, that toxic behavior, by paying attention to the non-verbal cues, the actual actions that this person is doing, You need to develop habits to detach yourself from taking things personally. And I think my contribution to people detaching from me is that there were many nonverbal cues that I gave them that were just like dodgy vibes, dog. Like dodgy, with you dodgy. Accepting that I have work to do, or accepting that they have work to do, removing yourself from that toxic person, removing yourself from that toxic situation. And if you are the toxic person, maybe even just removing yourself from that kind space, from that kind person, to work on yourself. I think that is the most courageous and the most bravest thing that you can ever do. It's gonna be worth it because you've disrupted that pattern. You've changed the way in which you've experienced that, or the way people experience you. Finally, developing good daily habits. I feel like when it comes to a mindset change, the first thing that needs to take place to make sure that the disruption that you are introducing into your life is not going to be completely pulling you completely out of character is establishing a routine and habits that will reinforce the work that you would like to bring into or do within your life. You know, getting rid of bad habits by developing self-serving, self-improving good habits takes time. It takes discipline, daily intentions, patience, sometimes not even more than daily, sometimes hourly, minutely, secondly, nowly. I don't know if these are words, but I feel like you get what I'm trying to say, right? You get it. I know you do. Or creating an environment that is conducive to creating a healthy space for you to execute that decision, that difficult decision that needed to be made, for you to pursue potential, for you to actively grow and actively discover who you are, and decisively cut toxicity out of your life means that you need to establish routines and habits that kind of like force you to maintain those 4 steps that I've already mentioned. The only way in which you can establish good habits is through discipline. You have to hold yourself accountable. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Sometimes waking up at 5 a.m. to meditate for 5 minutes might not happen, but you can't let it happen for more than 3 days in a row, maybe even more than 2 days in a row. You have to instill that discipline within yourself and still hold yourself accountable. Graciously hold yourself accountable on a daily. Movement. Good habits is movement. The more you move, the more you stimulate your body. You're stimulating happy hormones, you're stimulating your mind, you're getting the blood moving, you're getting yourself moving from one point to another. And the best analogy that I read earlier this week is that when water remains stagnant, it starts to become toxic. So if you do not move, stretch for a long as time, what's happening to your blood? What's happening to that water? It's just gonna get moldy and green and kill you, like slowly kill you. So daily movements, I cannot express how much exercise and stretching has added value to my life, but move, guys, just move. Prayer, meditation, fasting, professionalism, changing the way in which you tackle work, how you present yourself at work are good habits to killing toxic behaviors and pursuing your potential for more. Daily repetitive behaviors, so daily repetitive habits are going to result in you achieving your potential growth through focusing less on one big dream and tackling that dream pieces by pieces. You can't eat an elephant in one full go. You kind of like have to take little bites and nibbles at a time to eat that whole thing up. So every day you should be dedicating every single day to achieving that big goal, breaking down your full big vision into smaller manageable sizes. And I think you can only do that by having daily habits that contribute to those little milestones that eventually add up and make one big dream come true. There's something comforting about having a daily routine. I found that by having a minimum or a baseline foundation daily routine, that helps me on the days that I'm feeling low, on the days that I just want to throw in the towel. When you have that minimum, you've already won. You've already won, because that's it. That's base. I've got 3 things to do. I've done all 3. I can sleep comfortably tonight. What? And want to know what the baseline is? Start adding a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Don't set up yourself for failure and compete with people who have 20 things to do in the morning and get all 20 done every day. We all have different challenges, different restrictions and limitations. So be realistic. Keep your daily habits to very personalized and according to your needs and your capabilities, and the rest can kind of sort of like, happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Thanks. By you doing this, it means that you are comforting yourself, self-regulating yourself. You are in control of your feelings, control of your day, and you kind of like have this sense of, I got this. I totally got this. I totally know what it is that needs to happen. Guys, those are my 5 restart mindset tips that I'm currently actively pursuing to improving the quality of my life. I'm not gonna lie, there are days when I get it right, and then there are days that I don't get it right. But on the days that I do get it right, I glow differently. I glow from the inside outside. And weirdly enough, I have people who don't know me sometimes just kind of like give me a bigs up. They're like, yo, I don't know what's happening. I don't know who you are, but I like this. I like what I'm seeing. I want to just take the time out to thank a couple of you who have been in my DMs, just positively motivating me, constantly motivating me to get back into my channel. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when you're going through your own things, you don't really feel inspired. But for the fact that you guys have taken the time to tell me that maybe this is the best time to inspire other people, it means the world to me. So for that, I really do appreciate the handful of you who have been engaging with me and just giving me content ideas. If you like this video, very random, but if you like this video, say something down below. I mean, I just want to feel like you see me and you kind of like feel like someone is seeing you in the moment that you are currently in, especially if you are going through a moment that you feel like you need to restart something. We are at the end of the year. Don't forget to always tackle the things that you are feeling and the things that you're going through with kindness, graciousness, and compassion. The world can only be good to you if you are good to yourself first. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Bye. Mwah.